Hey, what's up, guys? Mike from the Oak Cliff Kickboxing Academy. Gonna break down the action from UFC on FX8. Unfortunately, I missed the prelims. I was over there coaching at the tournament in Arlington, Texas. There's been 3 fights so far, and so far so good. I've been right on my predictions. Lucas Martins gets a knockout in the third round. Hussier da Silva picks up a decision, and John Lineker also gets a stoppage. Fabio Maldonado versus Roger Hollett. In the first round, Hollett threw a spinning back kick, landed in the groin. Scary moment, but the fight continues. And the rest of the round was just Hollett hitting double leg takedowns and staying on top. Second round, Maldonado started getting off on his boxing, lots of body punches, and they really started adding up and taking the gas away from Hollett. And the third round, more of the same, and he even sealed it with a takedown at the end. Fabio Maldonado. Yuri Alcantara against Iliarde Santos. Both guys going for it early, no feeling out process. Yuri has a very dynamic stand up, and he went for flying knees, throwing the high kicks, the left high kick, very strong punches. Santos, though, wasn't backing down. He stayed in there, didn't try to take the fight to the ground. He wanted to strike as well. And Alcantara comes out on top. He lands a left hand, drops him, and finishes him off on the ground. Paulo Thiago versus late replacement Michel Prazeres. Uh, Thiago established himself as the puncher in the first round, but Michel was more of a kicker. And the difference in this fight was Thiago's takedowns. First round could have gone to Michel, second to Paulo, but Paulo Thiago definitely picked up that third round more effective. Michel, first time in the UFC, and he looked like he gassed a little bit. He was taken down late, and that probably sealed it for Paulo Thiago. So I've been right on my predictions this whole time. Finally, Gleison Tibau breaks that streak. John Cholish, I guess he kind of had a game plan of just waiting till Tibau got tired, but Tibau came in ready. He's a lot leaner than he's been, so he didn't have to cut as much weight, and he looked very good. He got his striking going, and Cholish was just playing the waiting game, waiting around, but his time never came. Tibau lands big, and he rocks him, and Cholish goes for a takedown, leaves his neck out there, and gets guillotined for his troubles. Gleison Tibau. Mike Rio versus Francisco Trinaldo. Rio started off really good. He got the takedown. He worked his jiu-jitsu. Trinaldo able to stand up, and then he was able to get the fight to the ground. And he worked his jiu-jitsu, and the half guard. He was able to lock up and head an arm choke, arm triangle, whatever you want to call it. And he didn't even pass to complete on the side. He was able to land it from there. He gets the tap out. Great job by Francisco Trinaldo. The final fight on the prelims, Nik Lentz versus Hacran Dias. What a fantastic fight. In the first couple rounds, Nik Lentz with his superior wrestling, and he had a better boxing too. He was really getting busy, throwing lots of punches to get inside, and then he would hit the takedowns. Diaz mostly just defending, unsure of what was coming up. But in the third round, though, his coach Andre Pederneiras told him he needs a knockout or he's going to lose the fight. Came out throwing wild, but he was landing, and he had Nik Lentz in all kinds of trouble. He got the fight to the ground. He almost locked up a choke that was very tight, but Nik Lentz was able to survive the rest of the round, and so because he won the first 2 rounds, he picks up the decision. First fight on the main card, Rafael Natal. Once again, he fights a late replacement. That's a natural welterweight. This time, Joao Zeferino. And Zeferino actually started off pretty good. He was throwing big shots, big right hands, and Natal was not very comfortable though. And the second round though, Zeferino's cardio started to fail him, and Natal kept a steady stream of strikes coming, takedowns, and good control on the ground, good ground and pound. So he picks up the decision. Evan Dunham versus Rafael dos Anjos. It was a war from start to end. fantastic fight. Personally, I had the first round for Rafael, and then the next two for Evan Dunham. Judges give it to Rafael dos Anjos. It was a really close fight though, and that's just the way I scored it by rounds. But it was great. Lots of mostly in the stand up, and Dunham hit takedowns here and there. Great fight. In the co-main event, Jacare Souza versus Chris Camozzi. Was expecting Camozzi to have the size advantage, bigger guy. I thought Jacare was going to have the speed advantage, but actually Camozzi looked okay. He looked very slim, not as big as he usually is. Uh, Jacare, though, threw some big punches that landed, and even though Camozzi was holding tight, he was rocked and he went down. And once on the ground, Jacare did a sting, and he ended up getting the arm triangle, putting him to sleep very quick. So great job by Jacare in his UFC debut.